In January 1959, a group of 9 hikers led by Igor Dyatlov embarked on a challenging ski trek through the northern Ural Mountains. These weren't ordinary adventurers. They were students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute, young men and women in their early 20s, with a shared passion for the great outdoors and the thrill of exploration. Among them were engineers, physicists, and economists, bright minds with promising futures. Their aim was to reach the peak of Otorten, a mountain in the northern Urals. This was no small feat, especially considering the harsh winter conditions they'd be facing, but these were experienced hikers, well-versed in winter survival techniques. They spent days preparing, meticulously checking their equipment and provisions. Their gear included skis, tents, stove, clothing for extreme temperatures, and food for more than 2 weeks. After a train and truck ride, they began their trek on January 27th, leaving behind the last vestiges of civilization. The group seemed to be in high spirits, as evidenced by their diary entries and photographs. They navigated through the unforgiving terrain, the biting cold, and the relentless snow. Despite the hardships, they made steady progress towards their destination. On February 1st, they set up camp on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, a mountain whose name ominously translates to Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language. This was the last known location of the Dyatlov group. Their final communication, a telegram sent to their sports club, promised to return no later than February 12th. But the 12th of February came and went with no sign of the hikers. Friends and family grew anxious, but it would be several more days before the alarm was raised. What followed was a search and rescue mission that would uncover a chilling scene, a scene that defied explanation, raising more questions than answers. However, their journey took a tragic turn, ending in a mystery that would shock the world. When the hikers failed to return on schedule, a search party was dispatched. What they were about to discover would send chills down their spines and leave them with more questions than answers. The group's campsite, once a haven in the harsh Ural wilderness, was found abandoned and eerily disheveled. Their tent, a symbol of shelter and safety, was cut open from the inside, a desperate act that suggested a sudden frantic escape. The hikers' belongings were strewn about, as if left behind in a rush. Their food was uneaten, their gear untouched, their boots left behind. It was as though they had left in the middle of a meal, with no time to put on their shoes or grab their coats. The search party pressed on, their anxiety mounting with each step in the snow. They soon stumbled upon a horrifying sight, the bodies of the hikers scattered across the snowy landscape. The locations of the bodies suggested that they had tried to return to the campsite, but had succumbed to the harsh elements before they could reach safety. Some were found partially clothed and barefoot, a chilling testament to the sub-zero temperatures they had braved. But it wasn't just the cold that had taken their lives. The hikers had sustained severe injuries, some of which were incompatible with any known force of nature: broken ribs, missing eyes, a crushed skull. These were injuries that pointed to a violent encounter. Yet, there were no signs of a struggle, no footprints of any potential attackers. It was as if the hikers had been struck by an invisible force, one that left no trace of its existence. The bodies of the hikers were found scattered in various locations, some partially clothed and barefoot, with signs of severe injuries and hypothermia. This gruesome discovery marked the beginning of a mystery that has baffled investigators for over 6 decades, a mystery that continues to haunt the snow-covered slopes of the Dyatlov Pass to this day. The cause of the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a mystery, with numerous theories attempting to explain the hikers' gruesome fate. The first theory we'll discuss is that of an avalanche. This theory suggests that a sudden snowslide could have forced the hikers to cut their way out of their tent and flee into the night, inadequately dressed for the frigid conditions. The injuries sustained by some of the group members could potentially be attributed to the crushing force of the snow. However, this theory struggles to explain why the hikers, experienced as they were, would set up camp in an avalanche-prone area, or why no signs of a recent avalanche were reported by the search teams. Another theory implicates military testing. It suggested that the hikers might have stumbled upon a classified military exercise, with some speculating that they could have been killed by parachute mines or other explosives, explaining the severe internal injuries found on some of the bodies. Some even suggest that the hikers' strange, orange-tinged skin and gray hair could be signs of radiation exposure. However, this theory has been largely dismissed due to the lack of concrete evidence and the fact that the area was not closed off for military activities at the time. Wild animal attacks have also been proposed as a possible cause. The Ural Mountains are home to a variety of large predators, including bears and wolves. It's conceivable that a bear, attracted by the smell of the hikers' food, could have caused them to flee their tent in panic. However, this theory fails to explain the lack of animal tracks at the scene, the severe injuries sustained by some of the hikers, or why they would not have returned to their tent once the threat had passed. Lastly, we have the paranormal theories. Some suggest that the hikers' deaths could be the work of a yeti or other cryptid creature. Others propose that the hikers could have been killed by extraterrestrial beings, with UFO sightings reported in the area around the time of their deaths. While these theories certainly add an element of intrigue to the mystery, they are generally regarded as fringe theories due to the lack of tangible evidence. Each theory comes with its own set of evidence and arguments, leaving investigators and the public grappling with the unsettling truth. The Dyatlov Pass incident stands as a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that can lie hidden in the most remote corners of our world. This unsettling event, cloaked in uncertainty, has transcended from a mere historical incident to a cultural phenomenon. It has inspired countless books, movies, and documentaries, each attempting to shed light on the enigma, yet always leaving us with more questions than answers. The Dyatlov Pass incident has become a symbol of the human quest for knowledge and understanding. It's a puzzle that has endured for over 6 decades, persistently defying explanation. Its allure lies in its mystery, in the unanswerable questions that continue to perplex us. What drove these experienced hikers to flee their tent in sub-zero temperatures? What caused their inexplicable injuries? And why has no conclusive explanation been found, despite numerous investigations? While the incident itself is shrouded in mystery, its impact on society is clear. It has sparked a global fascination with the unknown, a desire to understand the inexplicable. It has encouraged us to question, to seek, to explore. It has reminded us that, in a world so mapped and measured, there remain corners yet uncharted, mysteries yet unsolved. The Dyatlov Pass incident, in its enduring mystery, serves as a testament to our insatiable curiosity, our refusal to accept the unknown without question. It's a tale that compels us to seek answers, to strive for understanding, even in the face of the unfathomable. Join us next time as we delve into another captivating mystery, exploring the unknown and seeking to unravel the secrets that lie hidden in the shadows. Until then, keep your minds open to the possibilities and your hearts filled with a thirst for knowledge.